Hi, welcome to part 2 of the Fig hydroponic propagation. In this video, I'm going to go over how to set up your propagator, the solutions you need to use, and why I think it's a great alternative to propagating in soil or non-soil mixes. And I also want to add that I'm not sponsored by any of the manufacturers of the products that I'm showing. So we're going to go to a couple photos that I have to show you how I set it up. So in this first pic, I'm just showing you my 16-hole propagator. Again, mine is made by Easy Clone, but there's several manufacturers with many different hole configurations. Some are 36, some are even larger. Also, if you search on YouTube, you can find a DIY instructions of how to make your own. The second pic, I'm just showing the unit put together. It's also important to understand you need to thoroughly clean your unit in between uses. You have to make sure there's no bacteria or fungus or mold that's in the machine. And when I clean my machine, if you look close, you'll see those little red sprayers. I take those out. I take the whole manifold out and I clean everything with a solution of 10-to-1 bleach solution. Also, it's important not to use a scrubby like a 3M scrubby on the plastic. It sounds crazy, but if you scratch up the plastic, it leaves spaces for the microbes to grow faster. You're better off with a smooth plastic surface. So use just a sponge and make sure you clean up really good. Then in the next pic, I'm just showing the packaging of the collars you could buy. Again, they come in different sizes. I think this one was a 32. I'm not sure how many were in here. And you can buy them in different colors, not that it matters. It's also recommended that you use new collars every time. Some people clean their collars, but they are like a sponge material, and many times bacteria could be locked inside even if you try to clean them. In this next pic, I'm just showing 3 of the cuttings that I was using here. And I always make sure I clean my cuttings first with, again, either a 10% bleach solution or a hydrogen peroxide solution. And then I wrap the tops in parafilm. And in the next photo, I'm just showing that I slip my cuttings into the collars. And then in this photo, I'm showing the collars inside the machine. So you would just fill up all your holes. In my case, I got 16 holes, so I put 16 cuttings in there. Also, I want to add, it's interesting, these cloners are really made for green cuttings. They're not designed for hardwood cuttings like I'm showing here. That's why this was an interesting experiment for me to try, using hardwood cuttings in a cloner. Again, normally you're using fresh green cuttings off of vegetables or whatever plant you want to start, a flower. That's what these machines are really made for. This next pic, I'm just showing the solutions that I use. There's a Clonex clone solution. There's different manufacturers that make this. Clonex is the brand name here, but you could buy any solutions. Basically, this solution gives you just a little bit of nutrients. It's real light on the nutrients. And then down to the right is Clear Res. That's a solution you put inside your water with the Clonex. And what the Clear Res does is it makes sure that no bacteria grows. And you add this in every week. Every week you add it, depending on the size of your cloner. You're gonna add some of this Clear Res or a product that's similar. And again, what this product does is it kills the bacteria and the mold and the fungus. And then over to the left on the bottom, you see that it says up and down. Those are pH adjusters. So you always want to use the pH adjusters at the end, because any solutions you put into your water are going to change the pH. So right at the end, then you adjust your pH again. So what I do is I fill up the reservoir with the right amount of water, and then I add the Clear Res, and I mix it up, and I add the Clonex, and now I check the pH. And in this photo, I'm just showing the little device I use. There's different manufacturers that make these pH meters, and you can find these online. They're easy to get a hold of. So after I add the Clonex and the Clear Res, I use my meter, I check the pH, and then if I have to go down, which is usually the case, as opposed to up, if I have to make it more acidic, which is down, I'll just start adding that as instructed on the bottle. You have to be real careful because the pH moves real quick. So just add a little at a time and then keep checking with your meter. So I normally don't mess around with these things once they start rooting, but I pulled it out because I want to show you. This is 17 days inside the Easy Clone, and you can see how great these roots are. And if you look real close, I don't know if you can see, there's even some finer roots starting to come off the main roots. So, I mean, this system's working great. And again, the reason I think this is so successful is that normally when you put your cuttings in soil or in non-soil, the hardwood or the wood tends to rot quickly. It's in a medium where once bacteria gets in there, there's a great place for the bacteria to grow, and then it starts rotting away the wood. I think this system works so good because that one product I showed you, the Clear Res, it's actually mainly like a chlorine mixture, similar to what they put in the water, your drinking water, your tap water. The reason tap water is safe to drink is because there's chlorine in it, one of the things that's in it, that keeps bacteria from growing. This is the same idea within this Easy Clone system, is that there's chlorine in the water and it keeps the bacteria from growing. And if there's no bacteria, there's less to attack the hardwood and start rotting the cutting away. That's my theory. I could be wrong, but I believe that's why this works really good. So I just wanted to show you the cutting, and I'm going to cut away real soon here because I want to get it back in the propagator. Thanks for watching the video. My future videos, what I'm thinking of doing is showing a method that I'm actually in progress with right now. Not Easy Clone, it's with a cocoa core, but it's a slightly different system. So I'm probably gonna make a video on that. I'm also thinking of making a video on how I make my 20-gallon sip tanks for my fig trees. They're on wheels. They make it real convenient to bring it in and out of the garage during the cold season. So if you're interested in seeing that video, let me know in the comments below. If there's enough people interested, I'll make another video. Spring is right around the corner, so let's get figgy. I can't wait to start doing my shuffle, bringing my figs in and out of the garage, and finally watching the leaves grow and the figs popping out. I'll see you soon.